Do you sometimes find yourself losing money selling on TCGPlayer, even though you buy low and sell high? Do you have trouble tracking all of your inventory, everything that's coming in, everything that's going out, and all your sales that you're making? Do you want to know how much your inventory can make you by selling on TCGPlayer versus going to a local game store? Stay to the end of the video for all these answers and more. Welcome to Gnome Saying TCG. I'm Reagan. Thanks for joining me on this video where I'm going to be looking at the #1 tool that I use to make sure I'm successful selling cards on TCGPlayer. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all my tips and everything that I'm learning on my journey as a TCGPlayer seller. Also, if you haven't already, check out my most recent video where I'm doing a booster pack giveaway. This giveaway is going on for the next 2 days. So after you watch this video, make sure you check out that one for your chance at winning a free booster pack.
So this is my spreadsheet that I use for every single sale that I make, and also every single purchase that I make. And I'm going to show you my entire process of what I do to make sure that I keep track of everything, and also to help me make sure that I'm making money. We're going to start by looking at the sale that we made today. We sold 1 copy of Maleficent Monstrous Dragon, the legendary card. We sold it for we listed it for $47, and we sold 1 copy of it. So I'm going to go into here. Normally I have a column here. Column B is all of the buyers, but I'm hiding it for the purpose of this video. So $47 is the gross amount for the total order. 1 copy, and we listed it for $47, and that's how much it sold for. Okay, the buyer shipping, this person got free ship. This person got free shipping because the order was more than $5. I know I could just put 0 here, but the reason that I copy and edit this formula every single time is just because I want to be ready in case I get an order like this. Okay, so this person had to pay $1.22 in shipping, but I weighed it according to how much each card actually factored into the total purchase price. So this ratio here is equal to the ratio over here, and so I just keep that formula every single time so that if I ever need access to it, I can quickly grab it from one of the cells that are really close to where I'm at. My fees here, TCGPlayer does have a set system for fees, but it's a little frustrating because part of it is a percentage based on sales tax, and the sales tax is based on the state that the buyer is buying from. And so I don't have a good way of automating this cell. It's not really that big of a deal. All I have to do is I just have to click back. Okay, the fee amount here was $6.38. And so I'm going to take this same formula and I'm going to replace the 0 shipping with $6.38. And again, this is something that is split among all the cards here. So this Pokemon order here, for example, had a total fee of $1.27, and it's split proportionally based on the weight of each card in this order. Then finally, my shipping. Typically, my shipping is the cost of a stamp, which can be anywhere from 50 to 68 cents, depending on where I'm getting my stamps from. If I have an order that I'm going to ship off in a bubble mailer with tracking, I'm going to use Pirate Ship to get all of my labels. This one was $3.96. So same formula, $3.96. Okay, and then these 3 columns here are the most important to me. I'm going to just grab these 3 and copy the formula into here. And what this tells me is how much I made after I paid for fees and shipping. So even though I listed for $47, you can see that I didn't make $47. This tells me how much I made per card. Obviously, I only sold 1 copy. For example, this Robin Hood card, we listed for $48. My total earnings for the order was at $162.86, and that comes out to $40.72 per Robin Hood card. This last column here came from my experience from buying on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay or on Mercari, where a lot of people use TCG Market or TCG Low as a reference point, and they'll say, okay, I'm selling cards for 70% of TCG Market or 80% or 85%. And I really wanted to know, okay, well, if I were to take all of my cards and sell them on Facebook Marketplace, what would that look like compared to me selling on TCGPlayer? And so this percentage represents how much of the listing price do I actually retain after I've made a sale. And you can look through all of these, and these numbers can range from 60%. This typically happens for a number of reasons. For this one, I had to pay extra for shipping just because there were so many cards here. Right, there were 52 cards. There's no way I could fit 52 cards inside a plain white envelope, and I just kind of had to eat the cost, put this in a bubble mailer, and that extra shipping really ate into my margin. And so all of these cards were from 15 cents to $1. And I ended up only making 9 to 60 cents on them. The orders that I'm making like over 120%, like this one, these are orders where people are not hitting the $5 threshold, and so they have to pay that extra shipping cost. At $1.22 goes a long way in helping my margins. So I'm not too mad about it. Overall, if I wanted to find what my average is, adding all of these up is actually not very accurate, just because it doesn't account for the quantity in each order. But what we can do is we can see, okay, my order earnings overall, $6,522.69 over what I've listed in total, which is my gross here, 8,005. So if we roughly do 6,500 divided by 8,000, okay, we get about 81%. I think this is a huge part of why this system is really successful for me, is tracking all these numbers, all these minute details that I think honestly a lot of people are not paying attention to. But if you want to make sure that you're making money, if you want to make sure that you don't lose money on sales, these are the things you need to look at. So let me show you why. In this tab, I have listed everything that I buy off of Facebook Marketplace. What I have here is what the seller is offering. 95% of the time, I'm going to message them and I'm going to throw them a lower offer, mainly because I'm usually looking to buy out their entire listing. And if they can ship it all to one person, they're usually more inclined to give you a better deal. So now that we've made this sale and we've calculated how much we made after fees and shipping, $36.66, we're going to go back into this tab. This is where I bought the card. I bought it off of Mercari. It was listed at $30 and I was able to get it for $25.22. These are my break-even prices here, but we just sold it for $36.66, and this return is 45%, which is really good. I'm really happy with that. My One Piece tab has a little extra here. This is mainly because these One Piece cards belong to my brother, and he gave them to me because he was like, I could take them to my local game store and get like 50% store credit or 55% store credit or 40% cash. And both of us are like, that just seems terrible and not worth it if we can make more money out of it. So I have all these extra columns to basically compare what I'm making compared to if I just brought them to a game store. Obviously, some things to think about. If you go to a game store, you just do it all at once. You give it to them, they count it up, and they give you money. Let me just go through this real quickly, just in case anyone is interested in this. So every time I make a One Piece sale, I try as best as I can to look at the market price at that time, because most game stores will buy your cards at some percentage of the current market price of the card. And so obviously this is going to fluctuate over time. If I don't catch the order right away, if the order comes in when I'm sleeping or at work, it's not going to be 100% accurate, but it's close enough, barring any crazy market shifts. Then I have this column that calculates 50% of the market, what he'd be getting about at his store. This local game store cash accounts for all the quantities of each card here. And then this is taking my return, okay, what I netted per card after fees, after shipping, and I calculate that as a percentage of what I would have made if I took it to the game store. So for example, this card of Sakazuki, I sold 3 copies for $4 each. I made $3.32 per card. At the time, the market price was $2.87. Local game store would have bought it for $1.44. They would have given me $4.31 for all 3 cards, and we made 200% of that. Okay, and this is honestly pretty validating to me because these numbers are insane. I am listing 5 to 10 to 20% above market price, so of course I'm going to be making a little bit more money. But to me, like, this is definitely worth the work. It took a long time to get all the cards sorted and inventoried, but after that, once everything's sorted, I'm just waiting for these orders to come in. And I know that the cards are just sitting there. I know that the cards are just sitting there right now, but neither of us are in a rush. And to me, this is totally worth it. So far, after fees and shipping, we've made $1,100. Whereas if he had gone and taken these cards that we've sold so far to his local game store, he would have made $561. Okay, so we're basically doubling what we could be making, and I think we're both pretty happy about that.
Well, that's my system for tracking everything that comes in and everything that goes out from my inventory that I sell on TCGPlayer. It is a lot of work, especially when I get orders that are like over 20 cards. It can take a lot of time to put everything in. To me, it's 100% worth it, and this is just part of the job. And I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. If you have any ideas of anything else that you would track, or anything else that you do track, leave it in the comments because I'm always looking to improve my system. If this is something that is interesting to you, if this is something that you think you would use, put that in the comments too. I want to make a cleaner version of this. This is very personalized for me, and I don't know that every single feature that I have on here would be used by everyone. If there's some version of this sheet that you think would be useful, let me know. And I'm happy to share this with people and help everyone out their selling journey on TCGPlayer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If this video was helpful to you, if you would like a copy of the spreadsheet, make sure you like the video, make sure you leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'm gonna keep putting out more tips and more ideas on how to improve my TCGPlayer selling system. Don't forget to check out my previous video to enter the giveaway. That's going on today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be the last day. We're going to do the drawing for our winner of a free booster pack. Catch you guys later. Have a great weekend.